G'day, mate. Let's do something a bit different today, shall we? Let's leave the hustle and bustle behind for a little while. I want you to imagine you're with me, floating gently, rising up into the warm, sun-kissed sky. Below us, a city begins to reveal itself not as a maze of streets, but as a living, breathing tapestry of history and nature. This is Warangal, a jewel nestled in the heart of Telangana, India. From up here, the world slows down. The worries of the ground seem to fade, replaced by a sense of wonder and calm. We're not in a hurry, we're just drifting, letting the gentle breeze guide our journey across this magnificent landscape. As we settle into our gentle drift, the first thing that truly captures the eye is the color. The landscape below is a stunning mosaic, a beautiful patchwork quilt of deep, vibrant greens and rich golden yellows. These aren't just fields. They are the lifeblood of the region, stretching out from the city's edges like a welcoming embrace. You can see the neat geometric patterns of the rice paddies, shimmering under the sun like countless tiny mirrors. The green is simply breathtaking. It's not one single shade, but a whole palette of them. There's the bright, almost lime green of new growth, the deep emerald hue of mature trees, and the soft olive tones of distant hills that fade into the horizon. And then there's the gold. It's the color of the sun-baked earth between the fields, the dusty tracks that snake through the countryside like golden ribbons. It's the color of the harvested crops, piled high and waiting patiently. Look closely, and you can see the veins that run through this tapestry, the irrigation canals. They glint and sparkle in the sunlight, carrying precious water from the region's famous lakes to the thirsty fields. They are the arteries of this landscape, carving intricate, shimmering lines across the terrain. Now let's let the breeze guide us a little closer towards the heart of Warangal's story. As we drift, a colossal structure begins to dominate the landscape. It's not a single building, but a sprawling, magnificent ruin that speaks of immense power and a bygone era of kings. This is the legendary Warangal fort. From the air, its scale is truly astonishing. You can clearly see the remains of 3 massive concentric circular walls, like ripples in a pond frozen in time. But what truly stands out, even from this height, are the 4 great stone gateways, the Kirti Thoranas. They stand tall and proud, marking the cardinal directions, even though the central temple they once guarded is long gone. From above, they look like magnificent ornate picture frames created to frame the sky itself. As we float directly over the fort's center, you get a palpable sense of its past glory. You can almost imagine the bustling city that once thrived within these walls. The markets, the soldiers, the royal processions. Drifting slowly away from the fort, we can see how the modern city has grown around it, respecting its ancient boundaries. It's not a relic sealed off behind glass. It's a living part of Warangal, its stony heart still beating. Let's shift our gaze now, allowing the wind to carry us towards the shimmering bodies of water that are the life-giving jewels of this region. First, we drift towards the magnificent Pakhal lake. From our heavenly perch, it looks like a vast, irregular sapphire set amidst the emerald green of the surrounding wildlife sanctuary. This isn't a natural lake, but a testament to the incredible foresight of the Kakatiya rulers who created this massive reservoir nearly 1,000 years ago. Its purpose was to irrigate the lands, and even today, its waters sustain the fields we saw earlier, a timeless gift from the past to the present. The water itself is a mirror, reflecting the vast open sky and the fluffy white clouds that drift lazily across it. It creates a perfect, serene symmetry between the world above and the world below. Now let's glide closer to the city, towards another equally enchanting body of water, the Bhadrakali lake. This one feels more intimate, cradled by a series of striking reddish-brown rock formations. Nestled right on the shore, its golden roof glinting in the sun, is the famous Bhadrakali temple. From our aerial perspective, the temple looks like a precious ornament placed carefully by the water's edge. The contrast between the dark, sacred waters of the lake, the rugged texture of the rocks, and the shining gold of the temple is simply stunning. We can see the small boats of devotees dotting the water's surface, tiny specks moving slowly towards the temple. Let's gently steer our course towards another of Warangal's historical wonders, one that showcases the pinnacle of Kakatiyan artistry. As we approach, A unique star-shaped structure comes into view, nestled amidst a grove of trees. This is the incredible thousand-pillar temple, or Rudreshwara Swami temple. From the sky, its architectural genius is laid bare. You can clearly see its three distinct shrines, dedicated to Vishnu, Shiva, and Surya, all connected by a common hall to form that stellar layout. The name itself sparks the imagination, and from our vantage point, you can appreciate why. While we can't count every single one, the density of the columns creates a fascinating, intricate pattern. They look like a forest of stone, each pillar richly carved and positioned with mathematical precision. Surrounding the main temple, we can see a beautifully manicured garden, its green lawns and neat pathways providing a soft, natural frame. A large, serene water pool sits before the temple, mirroring its ancient facade and the sky above. Now, let's leave the grand monuments for a moment and drift over the living, breathing heart of modern Warangal. From up here, the city reveals itself as a vibrant, sprawling organism. The older parts of the city are a fascinating labyrinth of narrow, winding streets, a dense network of homes and shops packed closely together. The rooftops create a colorful and textured mosaic, terracotta tiles, flat concrete surfaces, and the occasional splash of a brightly painted water tank. As we move towards the more recently developed areas, the pattern changes. The streets become wider, laid out in a more orderly grid. We can see modern apartment buildings standing alongside spacious bungalows with their own gardens. Educational institutions, for which Warangal is famous, appear as large, self-contained campuses, with green playing fields and neat rows of buildings. We can spot the sprawling grounds of the National Institute of Technology and Kakatiya University, hubs of learning that draw students from all over the country. From our peaceful perch, the chaos of traffic becomes a slow, flowing river. We can see buses, cars, and auto rickshaws moving along the main arteries. Their colors are bright confetti against the gray of the roads. What's truly lovely to see from the air is how green the residential areas are. Even in the most densely populated parts of the city, you can see trees lining the streets and small private gardens tucked away in courtyards. As we continue our serene flight, it's impossible not to reflect on the invisible force that has shaped so much of what we see below. Every major landmark we've passed, the fort, the lakes, the thousand-pillar temple, is a legacy of one remarkable dynasty, the Kakatiyas. From our aerial viewpoint, we can appreciate the sheer ambition and grand vision of these rulers. Think about the chain of lakes and irrigation tanks they created. From the sky, you can see how they are all interconnected. A sophisticated system of water management that transformed this arid plateau into a fertile rice bowl. The Kakatiyas were also incredible patrons of the arts. The unique style of their architecture and sculpture is what gives Warangal its distinct cultural identity. The Kirti Thoranas in the fort, the star-shaped design of the thousand-pillar temple, and the exquisite bracket figures of the Ramappa temple are all hallmarks of their artistic vision. Perhaps the most inspiring part of the Kakatiya legacy is the story of Rani Rudramadevi, one of the few ruling queens in Indian history. You can almost imagine her surveying her kingdom from the highest point of the fort, her vision shaping the city below. As our journey through the sky begins to draw to a close, the sun starts its slow descent towards the western horizon. This is the golden hour, and it's a truly magical time to be airborne above Warangal. The light changes completely, becoming soft, warm, and incredibly rich. The lakes and reservoirs are transformed into pools of liquid gold. The surface of the Bhadrakali lake, which was a dark, sacred blue earlier, now perfectly mirrors the spectacular colors of the sunset. The water shimmers with shades of orange, pink, and fiery red, a breathtaking spectacle that changes with every passing minute. The monuments, too, take on a new character in this light. The stone gateways of the Warangal fort, which looked stark and imposing under the midday sun, now seem to soften. The ancient stones absorb the warm light, giving them a gentle, almost nostalgic appearance. From our vantage point, we can see the lights of the city beginning to twinkle on, one by one, like a new constellation being born on the earth. The streetlights trace the lines of the roads, creating a glowing web that spreads across the landscape. As the last sliver of the sun disappears below the horizon, the sky is filled with a soft purple afterglow, and a profound sense of peace settles over the entire city. It's the perfect, gentle end to our aerial exploration. As the twilight deepens and the stars begin to emerge in the velvety sky, it's time for our gentle descent. We begin to drift slowly back towards the earth, our incredible journey coming to an end. But the images and feelings from our time in the sky will stay with us. We've seen Warangal not as a collection of streets and buildings, but as a living entity with a deep and powerful soul. We've witnessed the beautiful, harmonious dance between its ancient past and its dynamic present, between its natural landscapes and its human creations. From the air, we gained a unique perspective. We saw the grand vision of the Kakatiya kings in the layout of their forts and the engineering of their lakes. We saw the devotion of generations in the enduring presence of the temples. We saw the resilience of the people in the vibrant, bustling heart of the modern city. The aerial view doesn't diminish the city. It enhances it, revealing connections and patterns we could never see from the ground. The overwhelming feeling as we touch down is one of peace. Drifting above the world, free from the noise and rush of daily life, we were able to simply observe and appreciate. We saw a city that is comfortable in its own skin, a place that hasn't sacrificed its heritage for the sake of progress, but has instead woven the old and the new together into a unique and beautiful fabric. The soothing views of the green fields, the calm waters, and the majestic monuments have a way of clearing the mind and lifting the spirit. Warangal's charm is subtle but profound. It's in the enduring spirit of a place that has seen empires rise and fall, yet continues to thrive, grow, and inspire. Our journey in the sky is over, but the memory of those soothing, expansive views remains. It's an invitation to carry a little of that peace and wonder with us, and to remember the quiet majesty of a city that so beautifully bridges the past and the future.